Now, you know, freak shows have been around since the mid-16th century, showcasing people with all kinds of things, deformities and tattoos and piercings and crazy skills that are out of the ordinary. Now, a local show called Freak Show and Tell is educating people about the world of circus sideshows. And it was created by Thom Britton, and this morning he's actually joining us live to talk all about the show. So, Laura and I are a little nervous here, Thom.
Nothing to be nervous about. I'll start you off with a couple of questions because people don't know a lot about the Freak Show. Do you know where the incubator was invented and tested?
The incubator.
Would it be like
47 years? This doctor, he had it here in Chicago at the fair and at Coney Island. The longest running freak show exhibit ever was incubators.
You're kidding.
Scientific testing was done. At the turn of the century, science demonstrations by scientists were the most popular entertainment.
So that's kind of what you do. So you go through, your show is like a show and tell, and you go through all these different things and you explain to the audience what's going on. Like
exactly that. I use the sideshow and it's sort of bombastic, step right up as a hook to get the people in. And then once you're in, you naturally, but you naturally
don't get too close. We're about to play with fire.
If I say I have a two-headed duckling, you have questions.
Yeah.
It's called polycephaly. It's a congenital birth disorder. If I say I'm going to eat fire, immediately you have questions. And my show's for 18 and up, which means I need to hook the adults who aren't as naturally inquisitive. We lose it as we get older for whatever reason. So if I say I'm going to eat fire, immediately you think, how?
No.
How?
Yeah, but
I'd say why?
Yeah, why? But how? And I love that you actually tell how. It's like the magicians taking off their mask and telling you how they cut somebody.
Exactly. That's what I like about this art form, is the more you learn about it, I believe, the deeper it gets. Instead, I've always found it disappointing when I watch those YouTube videos on how they do the card trick. I go, oh, that's not as cool as I thought.
Okay, so this morning, you're gonna, and it is cold out, so we kind of need this. You're going to actually show and tell us how people eat fire. Now, Laura,
we have, you can only imagine how much hairspray it takes for Ronnie to do this.
It's got to go through me to get to you.
Okay.
And you're going to tell us why and how while you're doing
this.
Exactly.
There are two principles you need to understand. Thermal lag and embouchure. You already know what these are. You just probably didn't know the names for them. Thermal lag is this. This is thermal lag. So you get what I'm doing. If I stop, I get hurt. If I keep going, if you were a kid in the Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, you did this.
We learned that in
Thermal lag applied to fire eating is just a little bit more evolved.
Okay, wait, hold up, but your hand's all black.
Well, that's just the soot from the
Oh, okay.
But you had nothing on your hand just
Nothing at all. Nothing on my hand, and just naphtha or white gas and Kevlar for the torch. There's nothing deceptive. I'll try and explain everything I can. So if I'd done that slowly, I would have burned, just like you. But in 25 years of practice, I know exactly how long I can milk it before I suffer damage. And remember, sometimes I have to do 2 shows.
Can I just look for scars?
Absolutely.
I see no scarring.
Yeah, I don't see scars either.
How was no scarring?
This is all great and cool and everything, but how was the first time?
So the other part is embouchure, and that goes to your question.
Okay.
So embouchure is how you hold your mouth. And what happens is, pretend that's the torch in my mouth. When you put it in your mouth, you hold it for a few seconds, and you build a pocket of fumes between yourself and the membranes. And you find it by instinct, and that's the answer to your question. When you first do it, you get burned. Not terrible, and the mouth is one of the faster healing parts of the human body, so better to burn that than most, right?
Yeah.
However,
I don't know.
You stop burning yourself eventually. When I was 16 and started, I could eat fire maybe 10 minutes. And this is bad news. We open at 11 a.m., we close at 11 p.m., and we grind a show all day.
Oh, man.
10 minutes is a bad amount of time to do when you have, 12 hours. Now I could eat fire indefinitely with no damage.
Okay, Thom.
I've got an embouchure.
Let's see him eat. By the way, there's a lot of kids at home. We want to remind you, please don't try this at home. I know you're bored today and there's no school, but don't do this. Okay.
So watch as I put it in my mouth. You'll see it go up and down a bit. That is me trying to find the sweet spot for the embouchure.
This is not a s'more.
We're holding hands. Oh man, what about your beard? Oh God. Oh! Yay! That was crazy.
I'll show you something with that. So I talk about that pocket of fumes that I'm holding in my mouth. So I'm going to do 3 things. I'm going to put the torch in my mouth and not close my mouth, pull it out still lit. What that'll do is leave a pocket of gas behind that's hot. It'll light on fire. So now the torch is away, still on fire, my mouth is on fire. This is a more advanced trick you may want to practice before you show your friends.
Right.
Once it's lit on fire, I'm then going to transfer. So I will light myself on fire. That's called chewing the flame or human candle.
Oh, of course.
I'll transfer the flame, and then I'll hold. You'll see 3 points of fire, 1 in each hand and 1 coming out of my face. That's called the human candelabra.
Oh, this is good.
Okay, all right.
No
human candelabra. Oh, man. I hope the furniture's safe. Okay, here we go.
I'm just still worried about my hair.
It's still in his mouth, like he said.
Amazing.
Oh. Wow, Thom, that is really cool. You have to be a lot of fun at parties. You have to be a lot of fun.
I want to know what you were doing when, like, at 16, your parents actually let you say, hey, I'm going to put some fire on the stick and put it. Were you eating s'mores at the time?
I begged. I begged and begged and begged and begged. And when I started, I just juggled. That was what I did when I was a little kid, so I got a job juggling. And then what you do at every other job. I swept the floors. I painted the canvases. I sold the tickets. I was good at talking. I mean, as good as a 16-year-old is. Yeah. So I was good at going out there and doing the, ladies and gentlemen, right this way, only 50 cents, and smiling and being personable.
All right, we love you, Thom. Thank you so much. If you want to check him out for the show times, you can learn more at Freak Show and Tell. Visit freakshowandtell.com. By the way, the cost of the show is however much you think he's worth. That's very cool.